In today's video, we're going to talk about how to develop your intuition. So I'm here live at my exclusive intuitive and advanced hypnosis training in Tulum. We have our private villa here. This is where we're doing the training in this room. It's really beautiful. And beautiful Bree is cooking some breakfast. Say hi, Bree. Hi. All right, cooking some breakfast. So I figured, let me jump on here and give you guys some insight on how to develop your intuition. Now, here's the thing with your intuition. It's not some special gift that only certain people have. Matter of fact, we all have these intuitive abilities, but through our upbringing, through society, and even other things that I'll get into in this video here in a minute, our intuition is suppressed, and we often doubt our intuition. So let's talk about what it is, and then, how we can actually develop it. So your intuition is that inner guidance, that inner voice, that inner feeling that you get from time to time that tells you, hey, don't do this or do this instead, right? And if we are aware and we're in tune, we know that how to listen to it. We know how to tune into that information and go down the path of what you want to go down. Now, often we ignore those signs, right? This is like, in dating, people call it red flags. You ignored all the red flags. Yes, your intuition, your internal compass was trying to tell you, hey, red alert, don't do that, don't do that. But often we ignore those feelings, those insights, and we end up taking paths that cause us a lot of harm. So what are the reasons? One of the reasons why our intuition isn't so developed as it should be. Oh, I'm gonna go upstairs. There's like 3 levels to this place. So that's what I was doing. I'm like, where am I? What did I plan on doing? So one of the things that we wanna be aware of is that our school system is not designed to improve our intuition. As a matter of fact, our school system is very designed for the analytical mind, right? The logical mind. It's very math, science based. And that part of our mind is the part of the mind that doubts our intuition, that doubts these, miraculous experiences that we may have from time to time and writes it off as happenstance or coincidence or whatever the case may be. Check out this little upstairs pool here, put my feet in. So, actually, maybe not. So the thing is, oh, this thing's kind of loud. I don't even care. I'm not even gonna edit this out. Just rip it. So, part of developing our intuition is tapping into our creative side, right? This is why often musicians and artists and people like this are very intuitive. They're very in tune. The challenge is in our world, in our society, it's important for us to have the logical, the analytical, the decision making, right? The problem solving. And often people are out of balance. Either they really have one or the other, right? They're very, very intuitive, very creative. They're the musicians, the artists, etc. Or it's all logic-based, right? It's all facts and figures and math and intuition, nothing matters. So one of the ways that you can develop your intuition is by tapping into your creativity, right? Whether that be drawing, art, music, doing things like this that open up that part of your mind, the creative part of your mind. Oh my God, I just found a dead bird. You guys want to see this dead bird in the plant here? Look at this. This is kind of sad. Look. This is literally a dead bird right there. Wow. Okay, we'll have the guys clean it up. So developing that creative side, that gets the right brain activated to be able to open up the intuition. Now, one of the other things with intuition is that we have to get rid of the fear-based part of us, right? Because your fears, being in scarcity, blocks your intuition, all right? Because often we have an intuitive insight that says, hey, go left, but then our scared, our fear-based mind is saying, no, I'm afraid. What if this happens? What if that happens? Go right. And often we take that path not because it's the right path, but it's because it feels like it's the safe path. So we have to be able to acknowledge what that is and then be able to move forward in the path that we want to go. I'm just going to put my coffee down. It's making it too hard to walk around. So getting out of that fear-based mindset. Now, one thing that will really, really help with that is breath work, right? Doing breath work allows you to release anxiety, fears, things that are stuck within the body that are blocking yourself from that intuition. Also, breath work increases our frequency within our body, with, again, takes us from that low state of shame, guilt, fear, anger, things like this, and help us tap into a higher frequency of love, enlightenment, possibilities, joy, and things like this. So the other thing is, so our pineal gland, our third eye, which is about 2 inches back from here, it's about, tiny little thing like this big. This is what's called our psychic center, right? This is where we transmit and receive information. Now, there's a lot of things in our food and our water and things like this that block those things, right? So a couple things that will block and start to calcify the pineal gland are things like GMOs, pesticides, even caffeine. That's probably one of my kryptonite. Fluoride, lack of sleep, stress. These are all things that dim the light of the pineal gland. So if you want to be able to activate your intuition, we want to be able to activate the pineal gland. So first and foremost, start with cutting some of that stuff out. Here's my daughter right here. Let's say hi to Bob. Bob, say hi, Mama. Say hi. Say hi. Okay, you shy now? Yeah, there we go. So getting rid of that stuff, right? Eating organic, eating water that doesn't have drinking water that doesn't have fluoride, cutting out the caffeine. Whew, that's a tough one. Now, another thing is how you can really activate the pineal gland is by meditating with in a dark room or either with a mask. So whenever we are in a dark room or we have a mask, that actually activates and opens up the pineal gland to be able to receive this information. So by consistently practicing this over and over and over, you'll begin to, again, activate that part of you. Now, there's, in some of the stuff I'm teaching, one of the principles is that energy flows where your attention goes. Meaning, if I tell you, hey, notice the feeling in your right foot, all of a sudden you start feeling the energy in your right foot, right? Well, by putting our attention on a specific part of our body, that's where our energy starts to go. So when you can put your attention on your pineal gland through looking up and inwards and again, meditating in a dark room, things like this, that will put the energy into the pineal gland, which again, activates it. I mean, it's always activated to a certain degree, but to what degree, right? Is it just like here and there, or is it really wide open? Now, you can also overly stimulate certain things where, my ear's ringing right now, where, you're almost too much. Like one of the people in my training, she was talking about how when she started to develop her intuition, it was just too much. Like she would go places and she would be hearing people's thoughts and it was like everybody, and it was overwhelming. So you want to make sure, just like anything else, you do it at a pace that's comfortable, that you'll be able to handle, because if not, it could be very overwhelming and it could get a little crazy, get a little scary. By the way, guys, like this video if this is resonating with you. If you're like, okay, cool. So let's recap, and I'll give you a little bit more insight. So again, tapping into your creative side, especially if you're very logical, very left brain. So art, music, creativity, things like this. Okay, even walking in nature will develop your intuition. I'll tell you why. So when our society, we're very stuck in what's called our foveal vision, meaning we're very focused, right? So what do we do all day? We're on our iPhones, we're on our computers, we're driving, and very rarely do we tap into our peripheral vision, okay? So way back in the day, before, modern cities, modern society, computers, phones, things like this, we were in nature. And when you're in nature, you're naturally tapped into your peripheral vision. And when we're tapped into our peripheral vision, it actually slows the brainwave cycles down and puts you into alpha state. And when we're in alpha state, we are able to receive and transmit information on a much more effective level. So by going through walks in nature, what happens when you're in nature, and even, this is a neighborhood, but there's a lot of nature around, you naturally tap into your peripheral vision, because you got to be aware of everything that's going on, right? It's not just like you're in your house, in your phone, in the zone all day. you're tapping into that peripheral vision, which again, slows the brainwave cycles down and allows you to be able to tap in to that information, whether you're transmitting or receiving. All right, guys? So do me a favor, guys, comment your favorite thing that you got here today, and let me know some of your insights on some of the things that you may do for your intuition. Let know down in the comments. Like I said, guys, if you want to develop, learn hypnosis, develop your skills, whether it be on a one-on-one basis or actually learn how to do this, go down into the description and there's going to be a link to book a free assessment with my team to see if you and I would be a good fit to work together, or you and somebody on my team would be a good fit to work together. All right, guys, so thank you for watching. See you in the next video.